Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. wants each region to have their own permanent soil laboratories to improve the productivity and harvest of farmers nationwide. The President led today the turnover of 16 mobile soil laboratories in a ceremony at the Science City of Muñoz in Nueva Ecija. In a dialogue with the national and grand winners of the 50th Gov't Awards, Marcos Jr. said each region is expected to have at least one mobile soil laboratory that will assess the needs of local farmers. Marcos underscored the importance of understanding soil conditions to help the government implement the proper interventions and farm support. He also bared plans to eventually provide regions with permanent soil facilities. Meanwhile, Marcos thanked the Gov't awardees for aiding national progress and food security through their contributions in the farming and fisheries sector. Today's ceremony is part of the Department of Agriculture's 127th anniversary celebration and the Bureau of Soils and Water Management's 74th anniversary.
Bawat region, magbibigay na tayo, bawat region, magtatagal siya sa isang lugar, raos iikot para mapag-aralan kung ano na ba ang pangangailangan, ano ba ang tamang pagbigay ng ayuda, ng pesticide, lahat. At pati na kung ano na ang lagay, ano na ang sitwasyon doon sa lupa na tinataniman ninyo para mag-maximize tayo doon dumami ang ating production.
Rapid response leads to arrest of church robbery suspects in Quezon City. In a statement from the National Capital Region Police Officer NCRPO, Chief Major General Anthony Aberin announced the speedy arrest of 3 suspects involved in a robbery at a church construction site in Quezon City. At 7:05 a.m. on Saturday, a 911 call reported that individuals had forcibly entered a religious building under construction in Barangay Bungad, West Avenue and stole copper tubing from the air conditioning system. The NCRPO mobile unit was dispatched immediately and arrived on the scene just 2 minutes later at 7:07 a.m. Aberin highlighted that this rapid response was made possible through the NCRPO's efficient deployment and real-time coordination, a key initiative driven by Philippine National Police Chief General Nicolas Torre III to improve responsiveness. Security footage showed a tricycle used by the suspects as their getaway vehicle. NCRPO officers working closely with local authorities quickly initiated a hot pursuit operation. The Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWWA, has reached out to several Filipinos receiving medical treatment at a hospital in Tel Aviv, Israel, following the recent exchange of missile attacks between Israel and Iran. In a Facebook post, the Philippine Embassy in Israel shared that OWWA personnel visited the Filipino workers recovering under the care of local community leaders. During the said visit, OWWA provided relief packages and offered legal assistance to help the Filipinos claim their benefits. The embassy also reported that one Filipino remains in critical condition after sustaining severe injuries. She has undergone 2 surgeries and is currently being treated in the ICU at Shamir Medical Center, one of Israel's top hospitals. Meanwhile, 7 other Filipinos have been discharged after receiving treatment for minor to moderate injuries. The embassy also reported that a total of 149 Filipinos have lost their homes due to the ongoing conflict. Of those, 131 have been temporarily relocated to housing accommodations and shelters managed by the Department of Migrant Workers, while 18 are in the process of resettlement. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. echoed the country's support for tennis sensation Alex Eala as she became the first Filipino to reach a Women's Tennis Association 250 singles final. In a social media post, President Marcos offered words of encouragement to Eala after her loss to Australia's Maya Joint at the finals of the Lexus Eastbourne Open on Saturday. Marcos said Eala's success throughout the event was a proud moment, not just for her but for the millions of Filipinos who stand behind her. He reminded her that Filipinos worldwide have been inspired by her rise in the world of tennis. He also urged Eala to push forward as her best is yet to come. Aside from debuting at the Lexus Eastbourne Open Finals, Eala reached a career best number 64 in the WTA live ranking after beating Ukraine's Diana Yastremska in last Friday's quarterfinals. She is making her Wimbledon debut on Monday as she faces defending champion Barbora Krejcikova of the Czech Republic. And in our business news, oil firms are welcoming the month of July with a rollback in fuel prices following last week's double fuel price hike. Effective Tuesday, the 1st of July, gasoline prices will be rolled back by 1 peso and 40 centavos per liter. Diesel prices will go down by 1 peso and 80 centavos, while kerosene will have a 2 peso and 20 centavo decrease. Global oil prices dropped last week as Israel and Iran continued to adhere to a ceasefire after 12 days of conflict. Earlier, the Department of Energy said 4 oil companies offered discounts to help public utility vehicle drivers affected by the spike in fuel prices. Petron will give 50 centavos to 3 pesos per liter discount through its Supercard program. Shell, on the other hand, is giving a discount of 1 to 5 pesos per liter for PUVs and 2 to 3 pesos per liter for TNVS. Clean Fuel is also offering a 1 peso per liter cut on gasoline and 2 pesos for diesel for holders of a Clean Fuel Pasada card. Meanwhile, Caltex's Star Driver program will slash off 2 pesos and 50 centavos on motor gas, 1 peso and 50 centavos on diesel, and 10 pesos on lubricants. And in other news, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian has urged the government and private sector to allow young employees to have flexible working arrangements such as work from home. Gatchalian urged the Department of Labor and Employment to develop stronger policies to support full-time and freelance remote and digital workers. He also said the government must focus on equipping Filipinos with ample skills for emerging digital roles. Lawmakers previously passed Republic Act number 11165, or the Telecommuting Act, allowing workers in alternative workplaces. And those are the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. I am William Theo. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing you stories that unite the nation.